Jumping right into Chapter 1, there are a few more missables we are required to collect since we won't be returning to Roland for quite a bit. First and foremost, there is a quest that we must accept from Father Divine to deliver a letter to the priest in Beauce. Next, there is a new recipe in Avent Bar. We make our way to the gate bordering Roland and the Beauce Highway, and are forced to watch this long unskippable animation of the opening of the gate. Lastly, we collect Volume 2 of Carnelia by talking to the guard that is walking by the gate. Finally making our way to the Bracer Guild in Beauce, we ask for more information concerning the missing airship that we found out about during the prologue. We find out that the Royal Army is conducting their own investigation on the matter and that they don't welcome the help of Bracers, especially General Morgan, who hates Bracers in particular. Luckily enough, the mayor commissioned the Bracer Guild for their own independent investigation, so we resolve to help her concerning the matter. Before we go to the mayor's residence, I pick up various requests from the board at the guild. The first of these is a monster extermination request. I have to say that this was pretty easy, taking into account that the Scorpions were all weak to wind, and I had the perfect art just for them. The next one is another monster that has been terrorizing another village. I don't have much to say about this one since I just got lucky with the critical markers and unleashed all my active S-crafts at the thing. Though, I have to say that I'm getting a hang of this whole nightmare difficulty thing. I usually cut all my previous attempts, but this one just took me one. This may or may not be foreshadowing of things to come. There is one more request that I'm missing, but that area is inaccessible until we talk to the mayor and she lets us in. So for now, we will progress with the main quest and visit the mayor at her house. Entering her house, we find out from her butler that she went to the chapel. Making our way to the chapel, we only find her maid and she tells us that she made her way towards the market. Finally making our way towards the market, we find the mayor reprimanding some merchants. We find out from the mayor that she wants to conduct her own investigation of the missing airship due to economical reasons. Because of the missing airship, many goods were delayed and she is concerned about the state of the Beauce market. Anyway, now that we have access to the next area, I farmed some monsters in order to give their drops to Gwen at the restaurant, who was looking for 5 of them in order to fulfill my request. Making our way to Hog Gate, we are first told that General Morgan is quite busy, and we are told to wait at the bar. While at the bar, we happen to come across a weird guy who is saying weird things. Meanwhile, Estelle jabs back at him with statements that she would not have gotten away with in today's day and age. The guard at the gate finally calls our attention, and suffice to say, speaking to the general does not bode well for us when Estelle blows our cover and reveals that we are bracers. We are shooed outside of the building and we find out that the weirdo we met at the bar is a traveling musician who asks us to help him get back to Bose. Now this is where I make my very first big mistake in the run. For those who don't know, many of the collectibles are time gated, and there are only specific times you can obtain them. For Carnelia Chapter 3, I missed this very tiny window in between the guard calling us from the bar and talking to the general. This wouldn't have been that big of a problem if I saved close to that point, but my last save took me back before even fighting the previous monsters. So I repeat those two requests to get back to the same spot and make sure not to miss the book. After the time travel detour I had to go through to get the book I was missing, we brought Olivier to Bose and reported our findings to the mayor. Since there is a bit of downtime here, I thought that it would be best for me to recommend playing the game for yourself. Hopefully, you guys are watching this just to see the amount of work it takes to embark on this challenge and are already familiar with the story. You don't mind me skipping a few story beats here and there because I won't be able to cover everything. Now is a better time than ever to get on the Trail series since the remake is coming out in a few weeks. So go do it now. Aside from reporting to the mayor, we also report to the guild and I accept a few more side quests along the way. For this monster, I cannot begin to describe the amount of unluckiness I experienced trying to win against this guy. My first attempt was going so well, but then I just had to get frozen by the dude. Next, there would be occasions where all their arts would target just one of my party members. Remember the time when I said I was getting a hang of this? You know, I just had to open my mouth. Even this winning attempt could have gotten better in the end, since Estelle was frozen and got knocked out due to the damage over time that it dealt. With that done and dusted, we are also tasked with an escort mission. Making our way towards the bridge, we are ambushed by sheep monsters. There is a dialogue choice here, and picking the top option where we charge through the monsters will net us one extra bracer point. Honestly, I thought that we would only have to fight the monsters out in front since we chose the option to charge through them, but I was wrong. This encounter will come in two waves. After defeating the first 4, the next 4 will come charging at you without giving you time to heal up. The first wave is not a problem since I use S-breaks to deal with them quickly, but the second wave is where it gets tough. I especially get unlucky since the NPC gets targeted a few more times than I would have hoped. With all of the monster encounters for this chapter done, we head up another one of these ancient towers for a secret side quest, where we once again find our friendly neighborhood archaeologist. The fight here is honestly a joke, seeing as I just took out 6 of the same monster previously. But after we defeat them, we escort Professor Alba out of the tower to finish the request. Moving on with the main quest, we head back to Ravenue Village. Just to recap, we are trying to find the missing airship that our dad was on. We find out about some intel from Niall, the reporter, to head to the village for some leads. So we go to the mayor to inform him of our suspicions about the Sky Bandits using the mines as a landing zone, and that the missing airship might be there. With the key of the mine in hand, we make our way there to encounter the Sky Bandits. This fight is not much different from the boss fight in the prologue, so I won't dwell on it too much. Though, I'd like to expound on what I'm doing here, because it seems like I'm just hassling myself by reviving my dead party members. To make the long story short, if they die in battle, then they don't earn any experience. I don't want to have to deal with any level disparity later on, and isn't it just nice to see that all your party members are alive at the end of the fight? After the fight, we investigate the airship to find nothing inside. To make matters even worse, the army is right on our tail and we are thrown into prison. To our surprise, we also find Olivier locked in the cell beside us due to all his grand misadventures that he has no problem recounting every step to us. We spent a little bit of time in prison, but due to the intervention of Mayor Mabel and the general being acquainted with our dad, we are easily set free along with Olivier, who will be tasked with joining us in order to pay reparations for all the things he's done. We are told about a series of robberies in the southern block of Beauce, so we make our way there and run into a man in black who helps us by vacating his men out of the block. We find out that a man named Lloyd may have gotten a sighting of what we are after, so we track him all the way to Valeria Inn. However, before that, we get chapter 4 of Carnelia and read it on the spot. We find Lloyd fishing at the inn and do a spot of fishing ourselves. There is an achievement here for spending all your time fishing. You have to do it 10 times specifically before the story progresses. Making our way to the balcony of the inn for a stakeout, we spot the sky bandits and trail them. A boat arrives for them and we spot a mysterious figure manning the boat. Instead of taking them out here, we decide that it is better for us to take out their escape route and find their airship parked just outside. Olivier briefs us on his plan to stow away on their ship in order to figure out the location of their base. And surprisingly, the plan works without a hitch. Clearing their base, I finally make my way to the boss fight. So I'm gonna be honest with you all, this fight wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I was very much ready utility-wise. Once I had put up my Earthfall rotation, I was untouchable at that point. It took me a while before I could realize that Josette was the one in charge of healing them, so I could have finished this fight much faster. But I also got lucky with my soul blurs, which confused Dawn and Kyle. After I confused them both, at that point it was all wraps. At the end of the fight, we find out that Dawn had no memory of anything that has happened concerning the missing airship and the like. I wonder what that's all about. With that fight, Chapter 1 is officially complete. We do a small debrief at the guild and gain a recommendation from Bose. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed Chapter 1 just as much as the prologue. This was a lot more work than I thought, and honestly, the schedule is looking more tight than ever, seeing as this video was supposed to come out last weekend. Stuff came up and I couldn't publish the video in time. At the pace I'm going at, I'll probably finish all the way to Chapter 4 and try to stream the finale. Once again, please look forward to Chapter 2 when it comes out, whenever I finish it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.